Hey, it's Jeremy here, and welcome back to the StationOne version 0.26.0 release update video. Been a fair bit going on in the background. Only a couple of features introduced in this release, but quite a number of changes and fixes to various other things, including some uplift into the native app as well, which is currently still in beta testing. So we'll jump into it and have a look at some of the new features that we have added into the platform in this release. Firstly, we obviously introduced our inductions feature in the last release. Felt like we'd done half a job, so we've added the offboarding feature now as well. If you've already had a look at the inductions feature, it basically works exactly the same in that you create a offboarding checklist. So basically things that you need to recover from that member or any other tasks that you may need to do upon their departure from your unit. Likewise, we can assign these tasks out to individual users. So if you've got someone, for example, that looks after your building access and security and those kind of things, you can task removing them from the security system and collecting a fob and things like that, or collecting a physical key back from them to that particular user. The other thing that you'll notice here in our offboarding steps is that we're able to link an offboarding step to a PPC item. So in the case that you're using our PPC allocation system, and you may have given that member, as you can see here, a pager and a torch, basically what will happen at the point that you go through that offboarding workflow with them, it will automatically recover those items and it will mark them as available again in the PPC pool. And obviously note that that was previously allocated and recovered back from that member who has since departed from your unit. So that's something that's a little bit different to the inductions workflow. Other than that, everything else is the same. We can come in and have a look at our induction and our offboarding. So we've added a tab into the members view for both of these now. So we can come in here and see, Mike Smith is currently undergoing offboarding. And we can see he returned his pager, which has got this number here. That task has been marked completed. It was assigned to Tara. Tara has completed that. So that means if we do come and look in our PPC allocations and we have a look at our items and we find that particular pager, which is here, we'll be able to see that that was issued to Mike and that has been returned. It was issued to him for a day, just obviously in testing, but that issued pager is now back into the pool and can be reissued out to another member. So that's our offboarding feature. This is triggered at the point that you either archive a member or remove them from your unit, noting that members can belong to multiple units in the platform. We obviously don't want to offboard them out of every unit, and the offboarding checklists are specific to the unit. So if you do have a member that exists within 2 units or 2 brigades or something like that, this feature only serves to offboard them out of your particular unit, and everything regarding them will remain intact for any other units that they may be a member of. So effectively, if we start that process with someone at the point that we start removing them from the system, so we'll just look at someone that we can maybe go through that process with. So if we go to archive, you'll see that it asks us if we would like to start that offboarding workflow for that particular member. So you can opt out of this if they have nothing or there is no reason to collect anything from them. You can obviously disable that and it will just go straight to archiving them. If you do tick that, it will initiate that offboarding workflow, in which case members will receive the notification email, much the same as inductions. We can see if we've got any sitting in here, offboarding task. So we can see the email gets sent out to those assigned members in the same way that it does for the inductions process. So if we have a look at one of these, I think the helmet torch is a PPC linked item. I don't think it actually has any PPC link to it, but that task's now complete. So if we come back into the platform and we have a look at our offboarding, this has obviously progressed, and we can see that that helmet torch there has actually been returned. The other thing that we've done to support your unit in managing its members, we have added now a feature permission, which will give people access to just manage those inductions and offboarding processes. So there is now an additional feature permission that exists within the platform, and that will enable you to give access. So we can see here under members, we've got view full member details, so they can basically see the whole member record. Then we've got view active induction plans or view active offboarding plans. When either of these two are enabled for a member with no other permissions, they will see a inductions and offboarding menu item that appears like this in the left-hand navigation menu for them to be able to easily navigate to them, and they will not see the members tab. So just by way of demonstration, everyone else just retains their members tab and can see the offboarding and induction, the new tab buttons that are here within that members feature. So that's our offboarding feature that's now been added to complement the induction feature. So that should support you in both being able to bring members into your unit and also offboard them out of the unit at the time that they depart their membership. Moving on to our qualifications and endorsements, we've made a couple of minor changes. Firstly, now you'll see when there is 30 days out from a endorsement or a qualification expiring, the training and skills dashboard here will automatically update to reflect that. So we can see one endorsement expiring and then we can see that coming through here. Likewise for the qualifications. Alongside this, the member will also receive a 30-day notification via email if their email address is recorded in the platform that their qualification or their endorsement is due to expire. And likewise, Brigade admin, if they have the relevant notification enabled, they will also receive a digest, which includes all members who have endorsements or qualifications expiring within the next 30 days. That's obviously only triggered once, so we're not spamming you with continual emails about that. But it is there to serve as a reminder and assist you in managing those expiring endorsements or qualifications within the platform. And then obviously you can come and easily view them in through here. We've also added a specific training report, so something that was requested to assist training officers. So if you do either have a unit administrator or a unit user with training permissions, they will be able to access this training report. And you can see this just provides us some additional breakdown into the training that's been ran within the unit. So you can obviously see the training type, who the instructor was, how many people attended, registered, etc. We can obviously then filter this data here as well. You've got your time period and you can filter by instructors. We've got training report by type, so drill, skills, whatever. They're obviously different in each organisation, but whatever they're set to, you'll see that breakdown also appear here. And we'll also see a instructor breakdown as well. So we can have a look and see, potentially if that instructor workload has been equally distributed across the unit, or if there's one person that's always potentially carrying the burden of delivering that training within your unit. So that training report is now active and available in version 0.26, alongside those alongside the expiring endorsements and qualifications, notifications, and the dashboard tiles that appear under the training section there as well, with visibility to anyone with that training permission or the unit administrators. We've also added the ability to our kiosk to support QR code check-in. So if we have a look now at our check-in kiosk, you'll see there's an additional option here, enable QR badge check-in or check-out on this kiosk. And then you can see this kiosk that we've got here has that feature enabled. So on devices that have a camera, or you can connect a USB barcode scanner, slash QR code scanner device to that, if it's a PC or something like that. And we can scan with camera. So basically the member can print out the QR token and they can stick that to the back of their phone, or you can get custom stickers made up or whatever. Basically when they scan that, it will allow them to check in to any active events or training sessions, or just register their attendance at the unit. So basically an expedited way to allow them to access or to register their access within the unit. In the profile for users who are able to log into the admin console, there is now the My Check-in code here, which you can obviously print. So that's what it looks like. There's also the option for Brigade admins to be able to get the QR codes and bulk print them for all members of the unit. So these are basically generated already at the time that a member is added to the platform, so you don't need to take any action on it. All existing users in the platform will be provided a QR code check-in token at the time of this release. Under our export, we've got our QR code check-ins via PDF that will download a file that contains the QR code for every member in the unit. So as I said, you can optionally get them printed into stickers and provide them to the members, or if you've got a label printer or something like that, you can print your own. They can stick them to the back of their phone or something like that. Basically come in, and instead of having to interact with that kiosk and go through menu items and select their name, they can literally just tap that scan with camera, wave their QR code under it, that will check them in. And likewise to check out, they can just hit the scan with camera. If they're already checked in, it will check them out, and they can continue on their way. So that's something that we've added. Again, something that was requested by our users to make that process a little bit easier for members when they're coming and going from the station and you are using that, that QR code kiosk, the kiosk feature within your unit, and you want to enable that QR code functionality in there as well. Beyond that, we've made a few other minor adjustments, particularly into various areas of the platform. So we can now edit room bookings directly from the calendar. So we came to understand that users had been attempting this workflow, and obviously the edit button wasn't there. So we've now added that edit booking button in there. We have also made a change to inspection schedules. So what this now does is allow you to associate a general inspection form, so not an equipment or a vehicle specific form, with a scheduled item, and also associate that to a vehicle. So the use case for this is effectively if you have a generic form or checklist that you want members to fill out, say that they're going for their monthly drive in one of the appliances, and you want them to do their, check all the fluids and do a general vehicle inspection and things like that, and then obviously capture their drive. At the end of that, you can now schedule that to make sure that a driver is actually doing that. So if we select our general inspection type here, you can see that we now have an optional vehicle. So we can select our vehicle in here, and we can associate that with our driver check, and we can say that we want that to happen monthly. So we want someone to actually drive that appliance monthly. We're going to say that'll be on the 2nd, and we'll reset that schedule. So basically, that means now when that schedule becomes overdue on the station portal, the members will be able to basically start that driver check process. And in this case, this one doesn't have a vehicle specified to it, but you can see that they would be able to then pick the vehicle in which they're going to complete this form against. And then the benefit in that obviously is that we can surface that in our inspection history. So you can see these completed driver checks coming through here from that driver check template that was completed by the user, and we can see the appliance that was completed against as well. There's nothing in these except for one question for testing, but you can get the idea that we're basically doing that general inspection or that general check form, and we're associating that back to an appliance as well. So that feature is now available if units want to take advantage of that in there. Likewise, we've also just done some tidy up on our update action view. So there was a number of fields in here that were duplicated by stuff that already existed within the ability to view the action in here. So we've tidied up this form. The other thing worth noting in our actions now is that under our action settings is we have added the ability to make action types public by default. So you can see this IT action type here is public by default. So if we come in and say we configure this vehicle one, if we go down to the bottom, you'll see we've now got public by default. So anytime a action item is raised, so in this case against a vehicle, most likely either from someone reporting a vehicle issue or completing a vehicle inspection, that will automatically be made public via your station portal, in that everyone then will be able to see that issue. So there was some request for basically the transparency and the visibility to exist. We were obviously doing that as a case-by-case basis on particular issues. So you would have to come in and enable your public visibility per action. We're now grabbing that by action type as well. And equally, that same logic also applies to your custom action type. So you can come in here and edit these, and basically you've got the same toggle available to you in your custom action types as well, to automatically force them to be visible on the station portal there as well. So we've added that in at the request of some of our users as well. Beyond that, there is some uplift, as I said, to the native app in terms of room booking management and vehicle management for the admin console of the app. We've also done some enhancement work on the push notification side to ensure that they are reliable and robust and are delivered to the appropriate device when that notification is fired off. There's a range of changes and also a range of bug fixes that we've included in this feature, in this release as well. So we do recommend, if you are interested to find out more, that you do read the release notes that are available either via the banner that appears on the dashboard when you open the platform again, or you can also click the version number down here in the bottom left corner of the platform to get into the changelog at any point and be able to read any of those updates that have been made to the platform alongside accessing these release videos as well directly into YouTube. We do encourage you to keep requesting features to us and providing that feedback. That's obviously really useful, and we try and obviously get through as much as we can within a given period of this release cycle. So we'll be back again in a week's time with version 0.27 with some more features that have been added, and hopefully in the meantime we get some more input from our users and continue to develop the platform so it works best for you. So until next time, thanks, and we'll catch you in a week's time.